Hey Yancy, how are you? Congrats on a phenomenal win. I mean, honestly, like as a fan, as a journalist, as a whatever, like that was just so incredible to watch. You show so much heart and will, and even managed to get the finish. I mean, how are you feeling? You told me you only had a few bumps and bruises.
Yeah, I have a few bumps and bruises on my body, which hurt a lot. But I mean, physical fight damage, nothing surprising for me, nothing major. Hopefully, I'll be able to be fully healed, like completely healed in the next 2 weeks, and get right back to getting a fight locked in.
Awesome. And did you expect the fight to go this way? I mean, on paper, everyone was so excited for this matchup, but did you expect such a war like that?
Oh man, no, I didn't expect the war. I didn't expect to use my head to block all those punches as much. But if he's tough, Cowboy's tough. But usually when I punch guys, or I punch people, they back up. He literally ran right at me. So in the first round I was rocked a little and had to readjust. I got a little emotional because I wanted to get him back, but second round came, third round, and I had to really stay tactical and stay smart and stay more engaged with the game plan than trying to be instinctual and prideful and letting my ego get to me.
Absolutely. And how hurt were you in the first round?
Oh man, I remember the first drop, and I was like, "Oh my god, he dropped me!" Like I remember as soon as I dropped, I was like, "Dang, he dropped me!" And I got up, and then I got dropped again, and from there it was a bit of just survival. Yeah, and it was hard to collaborate. Now that I've watched the fight over and over, I'm remembering like how I was thinking at that certain situation. So after the second drop, it got a little blurry, and I was in survival mode. And then towards the end of the round, I started getting up, getting it back, and I was telling myself, "Hey, just you gotta get through this round. You gotta adjust. You gotta make your adjustments, and you gotta get back on your workhorse." So that was the game plan for me. And after taking all that beating to the end of the first round.
And what did your corner tell you at the end of the first round? Do you even remember anything that they told you?
I had to watch the fight again, and they were just telling me to stick to my game plan, stick to my right, keep my right active, and just it was more just to simplify it. My coaches was just telling me, hey, stay on point, get back to what we were working for, and stay on it. Don't get emotional. Breathe, collaborate, readjust.
And at this point, I mean, this isn't your first war, and you and your coaches, you're accustomed to that. You don't panic or freak out after a round like that.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think that's the reason why I choose the corners I have, because the last thing they're gonna do is start yelling at me. They're gonna make me calm down. They're gonna make me get my mind back, get my heart rate down, get my breathing, just get back my breathing, and get back to how we're supposed to be, thinking mentally. I feel like sometimes I see these coaches come in there like, rah, 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 rah. I'm like, that is not calming down your fighter at all. You're just, and they're like, if they're inexperienced, they're just like, they're trying to meet their coach's energy.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to meet that energy, and it's not, and they just yes, I understand. And it's like, you're supposed to be. You only have a minute to calm down, especially if you just went through a war like I just did. Like, I think the whole minute is for you to make your adjustments to get back to the next round, not just to recover physically, but to recover mentally and sharpen it up again and get better than the last round.
Absolutely.
That's why we get that minute break. If that was the case, I'm ready to fight 15 minutes straight. I don't need no break.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you gonna take advantage, and what are you gonna utilize in those minute breaks, both coaches and fighters?
Absolutely. And what was your game plan for this fight?
I've been working a lot with my two striking coaches, and I'm able to fight at both stances, and it was just more. I felt like my southpaw was going to be strong in this fight, and I didn't think he was going to expect me to fight the fight southpaw, because I fought Eric in my right stance. Mm-hmm. But he came up, and what happened was those kicks just threw me off. I was like, dang, I was supposed to be sticking to my right, going off, using my right hand a lot more than I should, that I was when I was supposed to. After I got rocked, I was just gunning. I started just trying to hit it with my left hand, and I should have been more tactical about my approach when I was hurt. So, there's a lot of adjustments I had to make, and it was basically, we thought he was gonna grab me more than strike. But he was. I could understand why he's like, why am I gonna grab this guy when I feel like I can knock him out right now? So I totally got that game plan in the second round, and then I seen him gassing, and then he started. I was like, okay, now we get in the cowboy that we game planned for. Now we getting to where we need, where we thought this fight was gonna be, which was him being comfortable, putting me against the fence, or trying to clinch at me and get just close and break distance, because I felt like I was getting my groove back in my stand-up. I was sticking to my game plan again, and I wasn't winging as much as I was in the first round.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, at what point in the fight did you feel the turnaround? Like, you felt like, you know what, I got this?
Oh, after I reversed him, I threw him, after I kind of Uchimata him, and then I mounted him. I was like, all right, like I see him fading already. Like, there's a difference between athletes and martial artists. And if you're an athlete, you're always going to go 100, but you can't go 100 for 15 minutes. If you're a martial artist, you know how to pan yourself out. You understand your energy. You understand your cardio. You understand it's not like Max is the perfect example of it. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. And that's one thing that I had to take into consideration. I was like, man, he comes out sprinting every time on me, so I'm gonna let him do his sprint in the first round. And he really, if you watch the fight again, he took my back and he's trying to pick me up and slam me, and that takes a lot of energy, and that's after a 10 minutes of war. That's not him doing it fresh.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I stayed calm. He took me down the second time. I was like, okay, I honestly feel my jiu-jitsu is much more, is better than my stand-up. That's just my personal feeling. But I'm just always, instinctually always in a stand-up war, but I feel like I have great ground. I train with great ground people from California to Hawaii, and, I'm truly blessed and fortunate for that. So I think after I reversed him, I just heard him just like boom, like that just took the life out of him. He's just like shit, like he tried so hard to knock me out and then he tried so hard to take me down, and I just reversed him. It's pretty. It's not, you don't get encouraged by that at all. It's very discouraging. It's very discouraging knowing that you just went hundo trying to take this guy down and get into a dominant position, and he reverses you, and he's still pressing. Like I was like I have a great camp. I have great cardio. Even though I was hurt in the first and second round, I wasn't tired. I wasn't tired. Hence, when I seen him back up, I'm like, oh, you lying. Because those shots was not going to stop until the ref pulled me off.
Awesome. And yeah, because I was going to ask you, did something happen? But, you're saying it's just a matter when you reversed him, it's just a matter of fatigue. Like you said, like, did you feel like that was like a mental break for him when you reversed him, and then you guys got back up, that like he was done at that point? He didn't have anything left in him?
I think he just gassed. I think, just getting caught up in the scramble, getting caught up in the heat of the battle, and not keeping track of your how you're breathing. It was just pretty much coming out into the third round, trying to take me out. He sprinted, landed a couple shots, and he grabbed me, did 2 explosive takedowns, and then we went straight into a scramble. It's not like I stopped moving on the bottom. He's like, boom, oh, no, I got to hold this guy down. And I just kept moving, I have my go-tos. And I just felt like, we were just in this epic scramble, and then I ended up reversing, and he scrambled out, but that took a lot of energy out of him. So when he stood up, he tried to hit me with a punch, and he was just, it catches up on you. You can only ride on E for so long till you need to rest and recover a little.
Yeah.
And if you watch the beginning of the third round, he pretty much just went nonstop the whole time until he stood up again. I didn't let him rest. It was just after the whole takedown and the reverses, he didn't stop moving, or he wasn't mentally calming down or regulating his breathing.
I see. And at the end of the second round, I mean, when you talk to your coaches in the corner, were you guys like trying to get the finish in the third round? Was it a matter? Because obviously with him coming out with the takedown approach, you would think that he was trying to sway the judges. Like, you know, sometimes when a fight is primarily on the feet, takedowns kind of might seal the deal and stuff. So maybe that was his approach going to the third. But for you, were you thinking like, I have to get the finish in the third because this is such a crazy wild fight and we have no idea who's winning and what the judges are thinking?
No, that honestly didn't come to my mind. My mind was trying to just, like I said, stick to my game plan. It's not about me having to, I have to get this finish. It's that I was trying to get the finish from the first second of the first round.
Yeah.
You know, so it's never like, I gotta get this, I gotta get this. If you stick to the game plan, things are gonna pan out. It's not about rushing it. What did you game plan to do? To wait out a fight? I didn't game plan for that. I game plan to finish him every second of every minute. And I think, you know, so I think when you're trained like that, your coaches or the fighter himself doesn't need to be like, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. Like, if things wasn't going right and things wasn't going well, they're gonna point that out right then and there. But things will go well if you stick to what we drilled, what we worked with the whole camp. And that's what paid off. Like, yes, he did get the takedowns in the beginning, and that is a big marker. That is big points, and that is a good move, good way to seal the deal. But I still had 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, or 4 minutes. You know, it's a whole round. And okay, what if I did meet him? I did try and exert all my energy to just try and defend everything or panic in certain situations because I'm down. No, I gotta stick to my game plan, keep moving, get back up because then that breaks me from going to my game plan or breaks me from my mental clarity. Like the first round when I was letting my ego get to me and just trying to hit him back while he's hitting me.
Definitely. And what did you tell him after the fight? I mean, it was such a great moment when you guys embraced and you wrapped the Hawaiian flag around him. I mean, I don't even know if he speaks English, but what were you guys telling each other after that?
I just was telling him thank you. Thank you. Like, I appreciate him. I know how tough this guy is. That guy is tough. I swear, when I punch people, I feel like I punch hard. I used to fight at 205 and I was dropping guys at 205. So, you know, like, I just know, like, I know he put his heart and soul on the line like I did. And as a man, I had to give him that respect. I had to show him my respect. Like, I respect you, bro. Like, that is just, you know, you made me give my all. So you see me. You've had me at my best and my worst. And I know I brought that out of you, too. Like, that's just a mutual respect that I have to give.
Absolutely. And you guys had the infamous war hospital photo as well.
Yes, we had it again. And I mean, just nothing but, I couldn't give that guy nothing but respect, love and respect. Yeah, that aloha spirit, like, it just be like, just the heat of the hardest competition that was the hardest fight of my life. You know, not technically, just physically. For him, because I took a lot of beating and I had to come back from that. You know, and I had to, and it's not just I won the fight, but I had to get back mentally. And I think that's the biggest thing, is to be mentally engaged and not have my ego going or be as instinctual in the fights.
Nice. And that's 3 wins in a row for you. I mean, rankings haven't been updated yet, but I mean, you got to be taking his number 15 spot after a performance like that.
I mean, it is what it is. whatever UFC puts me at, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm here to get to the top. I'm not here to choose and pick which fighters I need to fight. I'm not trying to pick that at all. It's more, you know, who are you gonna put in front of me so I can make my money and give you guys a show, because you know I'm gonna bring it. My last 4 fights, I brought it completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I went out. That's what it's like. I want UFC to know that I'm relevant in this weight class, or even in 155. If I started working with a nutritionist again, and you know, my weight's been great, and I feel like things are gonna just go up from here. But I'm gonna stick to welterweight right now, just because things are panning out well for me, and I feel like I can hold the power in this weight class. I have the knockout. I have the power. I have the speed, and these guys may look bigger than me, but they ain't just taking me down and I'm giving them an easy fight. Not at all.
Definitely. Are you working with the same nutritionist as Max?
Yes, Tyler.
Yeah.
I may be pronouncing his last name wrong, Mitten, but the Mealy way.
Yeah.
Most definitely, the Mealy way. He helped me out. I just hired him the last week of my camp, of fight week, because my weight was already on point. I met him 4 weeks out from prior. 4 weeks out before that, and before our fight, and he was working with Max, and the last thing I wanted to do was be worrying about what I needed to eat during fight week. If I could just focus on eating the right things, the right amount of foods, and put all my nutrition in the correct way, then I feel like I would be able to perform at optimal instead of worrying about what I have to do and eat during the whole fight week. Because in Brazil, I just was eating veggie burgers and natural burgers, French fries, because everything's just an acai. So, and then now this one is just like I want to be more smart and technical about it.
And are you going to work with him from here on out?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to need him. I'm not going to need him for a long period of time. Okay. But I definitely will want to collaborate something with him and just get back on this nutritionist program.
Cool. And yeah, your teammate and good friend Max Holloway also picked up a big win. That's the second event in a row where both of you get the win. I mean, how great does that feel to have that feeling again?
Man, we're trying to campaign this UFC Hawaii and just more Hawaii wins you need. We continue this wave. We continued this Hawaii wave from Brazil. It stopped in Vegas, and then it ended in Detroit, and it's still going. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. We really want to play for our fans. We really want this venue here. Yeah, they have to, I guess, find a certain way to just. I don't know, man. It's a $4 billion company. I don't know how they can find. They can't figure out. To put the venue in Hawaii.
Definitely. I mean, I think it's the whole outdoor thing, but I just feel with everything that's been happening, like with you, with Max, even Brad Tavares doing really well lately, like, it's worth a shot. I mean...
I think we'll fill it up. Aloha Tower holds 50,000, and I think we'll definitely fill that up quick.
That's your 5th performance bonus. Do you have any plans with that, or do you just put it in the bank?
And I got a daughter, and I got bills to pay at the house. And it's just more money, more problems, and then more taxes. Try to save as much as I can and not eat. I love to eat. Not eat all my money.
Nice. And what would you...
The holidays are coming around, so...
Perfect having...
Hard not to dip into that for the family.
Yeah, definitely. And what would you say is next for you? I mean, 170 has been the most interesting and talked about division as of late. Do you feel it's time that people start throwing your name in the mix?
Oh, I most definitely feel it's time. It's my time to let everyone know, to let UFC know that I'm relevant. Like I said, I'm relevant, and I belong in this company, not just in this weight class, but in this company. I need to get recognized. I needed them to know that I can be a cash cow, and I'm there. I can please the crowd, and I can build these. I can have a fan base because of my performance. I don't need to necessarily put on a show other than using my hands and keeping the personality, keep being the person I am.
Definitely. And do you have a name or somebody specific that you'd like to face next? I mean, the UFC have been doing a good job of matching you up. We've been seeing phenomenal performances and fights from you, but do you have a name in mind?
I have nobody in mind. I just want to get to the top. If it was up, if I could put it this way, if I could take a title, if there was you take this title fight in 2 months, or even if it was 2 weeks and I'm fully healed up, what am I gonna say? I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Because if you're not in this sport to be number one, you better get out. And I'm not in a position where I can pick who I want, because I don't even know if a top 10 would even take me, compared to wanting to fight other top 10s that's going to catapult their ranking a bit more than fighting a top whatever place I'm going to be. So I think it's more. I hope I would like to fight the winner of Carlos Condit and Neil Magny. I would fight Damian Maia. I'd fight Kobe Covington. But in the realness of it all, I'd fight any of those guys from 15 down.
Absolutely. And do you have? I mean, I'm really soon to talk about it after going through such a fight, but do you have in mind like a target date? Do you ever think like, all right, I want to fight? Do you look at your year like that? Like, I want to fight in this specific.
Oh yeah, yes, most definitely. I want to make a title run in 2018. I want my goal. I only know I only had 2 fights this year, but I wanted to make a statement to UFC and let them know that, hey, this kid does have something for us. This guy can bring money to the table. Because I need to get paid more. I need to show them that I do train with world class. I train with a world champ. I train with the best fighters in the world in California. I train with a world champ at home. He says I'm there. I'm able to keep up with everybody in there. And just this year is to show that, or next year is to show that I'm relevant and get to the top.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want all these welterweights to know, like, oh man, that guy's dangerous. You know, and like, no, I ain't no walk in the park.
Definitely. And if you don't mind me asking, like, is your contract almost up, or where are you in your fight contract now?
I just had 2, so I got a 4-fight contract. I got 2 more to go, so
okay.
We see from there. I mean, hopefully with this next performance, I'll be able to. The last 4 fights, I've had 3 performances, and bonuses, and I feel like, this weight class, I can really show that I can show my true power, and I can just, like I said, my plan wasn't to block all those punches in my head. But at least, I'm sure of myself that I can take a punch, and we're gonna make a lot of adjustments. And if you're basing your Yancy off the last fight, or even the fights before that, then you're in for a big surprise, because I ain't training for my next opponent. I'm training to beat the best Yancy's ass.
All right.
Because I gotta get myself better before I focus on anybody else. I don't even know who I'm gonna fight next. So I ain't gonna be training for somebody. I'm training myself, making sure I'm gonna beat the best Yancy's version I have yet to come.
Love that, love that. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again on a phenomenal win and the bonus. And of course, not only me, but everybody else. Really, really looking forward to your next fight.
Thank you.
All right, take care.